Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'll talk about some tools and techniques for financial modeling. We'll start with referencing cells. When you are using Excel for the purpose of financial modeling, your emphasis should be on selecting the right function to include in the formulas, calculate the results of the model. So besides functions, there are a number of tools and techniques that are also very useful to include in your models. So in this video, we'll look at some of the other practical tools and techniques that are commonly used in financial modeling in Excel. So first we'll start with referencing cell. Now if I ask you that suppose you have created this spreadsheet, so will it call as your financial model? No, it is not your financial model. In order to call your spreadsheet your financial model, it must contain formulas. And in order to build formulas, you need to reference cells. So as a financial modeler, you must understand how to reference cells in Excel. And the cell references are what you use to build the formula. So this is your cell. Now you have to use certain references in this cell to build your formula. Suppose in this figure you see that the cost of a product is given as $300. It is entered in cell B2. You can see the name of the cell B2 here, and you can see the value in this tab. Now if you want to use this value in another cell, suppose here or in any other cell, you would use the cell reference B2 like equal and just click here. You see here we got cell reference B2. Now I'll move to the different types of cell referencing. The first type, that is relative cell referencing. Relative cell referencing is the default in Excel. This figure shows you some pricing calculation. It calculates the total price, all these units listed down here. So what I'll do, I'll simply take equal B2 into 4 or A3. I get this value. So we have used this asterisk sign to multiply the numbers in the two cells, that is B2 and A3. So we have got this answer. Now if I want to use this formula in another cell also, what I'll do, I'll copy this cell and I just paste it down in the cells. When you copy a formula with relative reference to the cell below, the row number of the references adjust accordingly. In the same way, if you copy the formula to the next cell over, the column letters changes. For example, when you have seen here, we have used B2A3. If you see the next cell, it will give you B3, means this value is taken as a reference multiplied by number of units. So it means here it takes B4, not B2. Here it takes B5 and A6. Here it takes B6 and A7. This method is incorrect and not recommended. To get the correct result using relative cell references, you need to recreate the formula 5 times instead of copying down in these cell ranges. Just type equal B2 multiply. I've got this value. So I have got these values. Now you can easily see that we have got here values increasing, but here values are not that much high because of the, you see, we have used B17 means this 300, then we have used again B17, then we have used B17 again, means this value remains same here. This relative reference of copying down the formula, mathematically it also seems to be correct, but in financial modeling it is not recommended. So what is the correct way? That correct way is, let's move to absolute cell referencing. Absolute cell referencing is a much better solution where we use $sign in our formula. Like if I write equal, I click on B2 and I type F4, or the cell is locked here. Then I'll write asterisk and take 4. So I have got this value. Okay. So putting $1 sign before the column letter and another $sign before the row number in the cell reference, it anchors the reference when it's copied. This is called as absolute reference. Now if I copy this formula and paste it down here, you see our values are same, means our B2 will remain same multiplied by A4, again B2 is same multiplied by A5, then again it is same multiplied by A6, and at last again it is same and multiplied by A7. So if I say that this first part of the formula, this is called as absolute reference, which remains constant throughout the calculations, and the second part, that is A3, this is your relative reference. This method is highly recommended if you make your financial models. Let me show you with the help of an example of calculating project planning and cost analysis. In this example, the annual salaries for staff members who will work on a project are given. Assume that each person works 290 days in the year and each person must work 90 days on this project. So we have to calculate the total staff cost of the project. How we will calculate this? So we put the formula first. So in cell C6, you see here we write equal, we click on B6, divide by B. What we get? We get the answer as 862.07. Now again I'll show you how to put the formula with the help of referencing. Now let me take B6, divide by annual days and type F4. So we have locked this cell reference. Now if I copy it down, we get the values as listed here. So here our annual days values remains same, you see here. Now in cell D6, we have to enter the formula, type D3, I type F4 to log this, then multiply by daily. Now if I copy this, we can copy like this also. So if I copy this down, you see that our D3 value remains same. Okay, now if I want to find out the sum of the project cost, I'll simply write equal sum D6 to D9. I get the total cost here. This is the total project cost. So this is the sample of a small financial model of project planning and cost analysis. Now we'll move to the third type of cell referencing. It is called as mixed cell referencing. So mixed cell referencing is a combination of relative and absolute referencing, where one part of the reference is absolute and the other is relative. When you add a dollar sign before the row remains anchored when the cell is copied. But when you add a dollar sign before the column remains anchored when the cell is copied. Let's look at the practical example, how to use mixed cell referencing. So in this example, you want to calculate how much you would receive in interest under 3 different portfolios and 3 different interest rates. So the most efficient way is to perform this calculation by using or creating a single formula with appropriate references and then copy the formula to the other cells. So we need to find the formula that we multiply this portfolio amount with the interest amount. So you don't want to create 9 different formulas for all. So what you will do, you simply create one formula and copy down to other cells so that you get the values. So for this, what you will do, in cell B2, this type equal, then select cell A2. Now press F4 3 times so that you display this $A2. Then type asterisk and select cell B1. This time F4 twice. So we have locked this also to display the mixed reference. So we have created the formula. Now I can drag this to other cells. Now here you can see we have used this value and this value. Now in this we use A2 value and D2 value. Now I drag it to down also. We can get the formula. We can get the values. Here you see we got these two values. We have got these two values and we have got these two values. So this is the beauty of mixed cell referencing. So that's all about mixed cell referencing. So in this video we have learned cell referencing and 3 different types of cell referencing. I hope you like my video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.